We have a situation where your reputation is being measured. This month tests your credibility, and you can either rise or you can argue. And right here, the Five of Swords, we got some red flags going on. This is the red flag that is right in front of your eyes, and you won't see it because you want to be right. You want to win the point, but you need to know what you're dealing with. If you fight this battle the way you usually fight, you lose. So welcome to Hidden Gate Tarot. Gemini in March. We are looking at a system here, a trap, an interface, and the key. The trap is the Five of Swords. The interface is the Hierophant, and the key is the King of Swords. There is something you don't want to see here regarding the timing. Your ruler, Mercury, is in retrograde in Pisces until the 20th of March. That means the energy is leaking. The communication is blurry. And when you combine a blurry, emotional Mercury retrograde with the Five of Swords, you have a recipe for a disaster if you open your mouth too quickly. You feel tension, you feel the disagreement, but the interface, the environment you are in, is the Hierophant. This isn't a street fight. This is a courtroom. This is a corporate office. This is a traditional family dinner. Authority is involved. Systems are involved, and they are watching how you handle yourself when you are provoked. Let's look at the trap. The Five of Swords. You need to know if that energy is leaking somewhere else. So this card is often about win at all cost mentality. It's the jagged words. It's the power play. Someone is baiting you. That is the trap. They are laying out a situation where they want you to react. They want you to get messy. They want Gemini to do what Gemini does best: talk, debate, and outsmart. But here is the thing you don't want to see. In the Five of Swords, you might win the argument. You might have the better facts. You might verbally destroy the other person. But look at this card. Everyone else walks away. You are left alone with your victory, but you have severed the connection. With Mercury retrograde in Pisces happening right now, your words are not landing the way you think they are. You think you are being clear. They hear you being cruel. You think you are defending yourself. They see you being aggressive. So if you engage in a petty conflict this month, especially around the lunar eclipse on the 3rd, you are walking right into a trap. You don't want to make that choice. You don't want to trade your peace for a moment of feeling superior. So this card suggests that there is a reputation risk. If you get down in the mud with someone who is acting like the Five of Swords, you get dirty too. And remember, people are watching. This brings us to the interface, and that's the Hierophant. This is the context of your struggle. The Hierophant represents established structures, institutions, traditions, the rules. Why is the Five of Swords such a dangerous trap? Because you are standing in the house of the Hierophant. You are not fighting in a vacuum. You are dealing with the boss, a legal system, a marriage contract, or a rigid social circle. The Hierophant does not care about your feelings. The Hierophant cares about protocol. It cares about how things are done. If you come into this environment acting like the Five of Swords, erratic, aggressive, cutting corners, the Hierophant will shut you down. There is a clash here between the chaos of the fight and the order of the system. You need to know that authority is involved here. If you try to rebel against the structure right now, or if you try to use gossip or hearsay to win your battle, the system will reject you. This could be a situation at work where you are right, but if you shout in a meeting, HR notes your behavior, not the other person's incompetence. That is the red flag. The system is watching your character, not just your output. And with the eclipse happening on the Virgo Pisces axis, this is karmic. This is about closure. The Hierophant demands that you act with integrity. If you try to cheat the system or bypass the rules to get a quick win, it will backfire. So, You have the tension, the Five of Swords, and you have the rigid expectations, the Hierophant. The temptation, the thing you don't want to see, but you know is there, is to try and dismantle the Hierophant. You want to say, this rule is stupid, or this person in charge doesn't know what they're doing. But you know that fighting the structure right now is futile. The Hierophant is too big, too slow, and too established. If you throw your swords at the stone walls of the church or the corporation, the swords just break. You need to know if you are projecting your frustration with yourself onto the system. So the trap is thinking you can out-talk the rules. You can't. Not this month. Not with Mercury retrograde. So what is the key? How do you get out of this? It's the King of Swords. So look at him. He is the master of the element of air. He is the master of Gemini energy. But notice his posture. He is not running around gathering swords like the guy in the Five. He is sitting. He is holding one sword, upright, clear. You win by being precise. You win by being calm. You win by being intellectually superior, not emotionally reactive. The King of Swords does not argue. He judges. He assesses. He speaks once, clearly, and then he is silent. That is how you protect your reputation. When the chaos of the Five of Swords comes at you, you meet it with the silence of the king. You rely on facts. You rely on the rules, the Hierophant, to do the work for you. If someone is baiting you, the King of Swords doesn't take the bait. He looks at the data. He documents the interaction. He sends the email that is professional, brief, and indisputable. You need to become cold this month. Not cruel, cold, detached. The King of Swords respects the Hierophant. He knows the law. He uses the law. Instead of fighting the system, you use the system to clear your name or to establish your point. This is the mastery of your own mind. You don't want to make that choice to get emotional. You want to make the choice to be strategic. Your credibility is the currency this month. Don't spend it on a cheap fight. Be the king. If this structure made sense to you, subscribe. I do this work every month. So good luck, Gemini.